New Year, I brought a ruler. I'ma use it, play the music louder. I gotta do it now. I got paper and I ain't gon' chase you, baby. I'm gon' take you down now. Come on, shake it, baby. Turn that around. I'm like,
oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's on with me now? Who's on with me now?
take it up another notch and make it drop it and never take it down. Take it down. 30-something thousand watching, show me something, baby.
Who's on with me now?
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Panthers going up against the Seahawks. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. shift together here from the D-line. They'll run for the first time with Lacey. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So the D-line's going to spread out. On second down, here's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Now it's Wilson, and he's got his man in stride, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Mike Daniels continues to get better and better with each year. A nice run stopper inside.
To throw again is Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. 2
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Block it, the man in motion. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. 8 yards there and a first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Wilson on the keeper. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. This time Wilson will throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19th. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This is Jonathan Stewart. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kickers.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. One back is Lacey. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield.
Lacey hit. He lost the football. It's out. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. Lockett, the man in motion. On third down, Wilson. He's got Curse. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Eddie Lacey taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. You got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
It's caught right side, Dixon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open area.
Now hang on here, timeout called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Newton on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play, that's going to hurt.
Flushed out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. On 3rd and 1, Wilson got a man and he hits him in stride. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. In the slot on the right is Graham. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Forced out to his left. And some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And left side here, it's Graham. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Block at the man in motion. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Wilson, his throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. That'll bring up 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Wilson.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Now it's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Yeah, he better hope that he's lonesome because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Fresh set of downs here. On first down, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Out of the gun, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And now it's second down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. To throw on second down is Newton. It's caught right side, Dixon. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. Throwing on third down, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that brings up fourth down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave three out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They'll come out in the pistol. Following the penalty now, Lacey. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Wilson on second down. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a 10th carry here for Lacey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Complete. Richardson has it. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. On second down, here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of 5. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. but it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. A big play that time. Newton to Benjamin. 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They give them 15 more, and it's another first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
The tight end, Olsen, in motion. Now Stewart on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He hits Stewart in the flat. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they're going to speed things up here.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Michael Bannon never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 3rd and long. It's Newton. Flush to his right. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. They begin the drive with Lacey. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 2nd down, Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So 2nd and 10 here. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. K.J. Wright coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Shift together here from the D-line. One back is Lacey. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the play clock's running down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a loose football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the...
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Devin Funchess, 37 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage, and they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Even score late in the 4th. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Lockett the man in motion. Wilson will throw again. And that's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So time is obviously a factor here as this offense has to go a long way just to get into field goal position. On first down, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Now it's Newton. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Here's Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Newton going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Being chased out left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. In the slot on the right is Graham. Defense showing blitz. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. The grab made by Curse over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, let's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Newton. It's caught right side. Dixon. Now Newton. And caught left side. Olsen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be 1st down Panthers.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the field goal unit is... And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's in.
jump